And this is the DMs between Nicholas D. Oreo and Boogie 2988.
And him, if he comes to my home, we will. Like, whoa. Dude.
And the crazy thing is, this is coming from like the nicest guy on the internet. Remember, this is Uncle Roger. This is Mr. Rogers. Freaking behind the scenes, he's talking about popping caps in Frank Castle, dude. Like, at least with pepper spray, like, you're only hitting somebody within the vicinity, right? You're not just shooting it like a mile down the road. Shout out Chris the Narc, who sent us some leaked Boogie DMs. Apparently, this is back in when Frank Castle was heading over to Boogie's house. And this is the DMs between Nicholas D. Oreo and Boogie 2988. Apparently, Boogie had some choice words to say behind the scenes that nobody else, that I haven't seen anywhere else. I did try looking on YouTube before going out and being like, is this leaked or is this not? So this is Boogie 2988 confiding or blowing up in Nicholas D. Oreo's DMs. What's going on, Newport? What's going on, Misanthrope? Keem will make anything an episode if he's bored that night. That's true. But I guess I did hear in the pipeline, by the pipeline, I mean local live chat, that I think he's putting away some White Claws tonight. So he might be doing a drunk stream. Who knows? Well, let's get into these DMs real quick.
Shit ain't cool, right? So this is where it gets kind of crazy. And I'm like, is it your location? Is it the location he said public? I think it's best to ignore this. This dude drove to a small town and took a photo less than 3 miles from my house to scare me, knowing I have an anxiety disorder. Presumably, he's also going to show up.
So if you guys don't remember, Frank Castle went ahead and live streamed himself and like took pictures of himself going to Boogie's house back before this. So this is between the time of Frank Castle reaching out and Frank Castle actually like getting there to Boogie's house. This is Boogie melting down in freaking Dioreo's DMs.
I was just thinking he was doing it to get a rise out of you. The best way to get him to stop is to not acknowledge him. I would agree, that's kind of malicious, but I genuinely think your best move is to ignore him. Like, I'm just giving him like, dude, my best move is to...
And that's the best level of advice. If you're receiving hate online, if you're receiving trolls, anything of that nature, stop interacting. Don't feed the trolls. Don't feed them after midnight. Don't feed them in general. Never feed the trolls. Just put out a blanket statement most of the time. Leave it alone. Don't keep on interacting with them. Ben hangs out in the Discord a lot. Some people are, of course, friendly with him. This needs to be an episode. Keem. Misanthrope, you're not wrong. But Ben Thorpe got banned a couple minutes ago in the in the Discord, so we'll see what happens. And of course, so Diorio tells Boogie, bro, just stop feeding into the troll. Boogie's response is, my best move is to end him. Not let me just ignore this guy. No. Let me go end him in Minecraft. Let me go get somebody else's gun to shoot not at him, but somewhat in a school zone too, if we remember correctly. I agree with you, Glammy Lammy. Ben Thorpe is creepy as fuck, and I'm appreciative that Keem has made a stipulation that Lolcow Queens can have nothing to do with Ben Thorpe.
And him, if he comes to my home, we will. Like, whoa. Dude.
And the crazy thing is, this is coming from like the nicest guy on the internet. Remember, this is Uncle Roger. This is Mr. Rogers. Freaking behind the scenes, he's talking about popping caps in Frank Castle, dude. This guy's like, I know my best course of action isn't to ignore this guy and call the police. I gotta put him down. Put him down like a dog.
Hey, calm down, bro. Hold on, wait. Dude, I've never shown these before. This is just the craziest shit ever. Dude, you guys said I leak everything. Well, I'm leaking now, but this is from fucking 4 years ago. Dude, I'm like, hey man, you ought to ignore him. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking murder him. I'm gonna kill him. Like, this is, yeah, I don't see the same thing as Nick Fuentes.
I noticed that too, Redhead.
Where is
Yeah, I'm not saying the two things are identical.
Well,
that dude's been in freaking Paypig waiting room. I think he just fell asleep.
But a lot of people conflate the two of these, where it's just like Nick Fuentes is one scenario, sure, but this guy like was very clear that he wanted to kill him. And he was like,
yeah, but Nick Fuentes also had pepper spray. It's a lot like doing a warning shot with pepper spray and a gun are two very different things. Like, at least with pepper spray, like, you're only hitting somebody within the vicinity, right? You're not just shooting it like a mile down the road.
It's
inviting
It's exiting your house before calling the police.
Yeah, I understand that, but a lot of people were using it differently. Where is
Also, if Fuentes
chat? What is the game that I always play music from? I forgot.
If Fuentes believed she had a gun, why would he?
But he's
for almost 24 hours, Red Hood? Jesus Christ. I guess you're right. I mean, listen, I don't know about the guy. He might have just, maybe he's like on mobile or on his laptop and he walked away. I don't know. That's crazy.
Music. Well, me publicly. All right. My best move is to end him. If he comes to my home, we will. The state has castle doctrine, and I plan to defend myself as he has threatened me publicly. If I go to jail, or if I do it, or if I die in the process, I want you to promise me that you will publicly condemn this man and make an example out of him. We need to send a clear message that doing this is not okay.
I see whoever recorded this didn't record it on the entirety. That's crazy, dude. The fact that Boogie was like, oh, we can't allow this troll to do something like this, to show up at my house. We have to make an example out of him. I know, bust a cap in him. How is your idea of teaching him a lesson to end his life? How is that? Lesson number 1, you done fucked up, AA Ron. Why is he leaking Boogie's DMs? Did he do something to Diorio? I don't know. I did not catch Diorio's live. And Diorio typically makes his lives go to members only or privates them so he can cut them up into clips and all that. I have no idea why this is going on. Kristen Ark just sent it to us off of his Twitter. So I was like, oh, snap. I wanted to go take a look, but like I said, he hides his stuff behind a paywall, which, I mean, I would make sense. I mean, this is juicy stuff. This is crazy. I guess maybe people, his chat talked him into just leaking a whole bunch of stuff. I have no idea, but this is, you can always count on Nick for some intense reading. Hold on, let me just go back a little bit.
Message that doing this is not okay. Like, this guy's like, if I die tomorrow, Nick, you need to make a YouTube commentary video to make sure people remember me.
I might have
got out of him.
There we go.
We need to send a clear message that doing this is not okay. Like, this guy's like, if I die tomorrow, Nick, you need to make a YouTube commentary video to make sure people remember me fondly.
Like an expose.
Nobody in our industry deserves this, not even me. Okay.
I don't respect you.
First thing, if you can, try and calm down, because I can tell this is really stressing you out. Yeah, 100%. If he comes to your house, that's crazy. And most people I know would 1,000,000% condemn anybody for showing up at a YouTuber's house.
Yo.
The way I would handle this,
even if it was another YouTuber, right? Like, look at the who was it? It was freaking Jacksepticeye or what? No. It wasn't Jacksepticeye. It was what's his face? The Reacts cop dude, the freaking whatever his name is, and Sniper Wolf. Where she like doxed him by like sending a picture up of her outside of his house. Even when it's YouTubers, as famous as they are, nobody wants someone just randomly showing up outside their house, dude. It doesn't matter, like, even if it's with good intention or bad intention, it's just weird, just randomly showing up at a person's house. It's just a little creepy. Showing DMs is crappy of Nick, though. Shouldn't do that. I'm Misanthrope. I have no clue what's going on between them. I mean, I don't know. Oh, Jax Films. Yes, that's who it is. And Jax Films is a whole other joke of a human being on his own. He's his own lolcow too.
To lock the door and call the police. No reason anyone needs to go to jail. If he tries to go in your house, that's obviously another story, but it doesn't have to go down like that. And this is all hypothetical because I'm 99% sure he's not dumb enough to go to your house. It will go down like that.
Dude, imagine trying to talk somebody, like, we've all watched Boogie, right? We've all watched Boogie. Imagine trying to go ahead. Wasn't this leaked years ago? This is the 4 years ago leak. Yeah. This is Boogie's I don't know if this was from Diorio leaked this back then, but 1 year ago I've heard of these /you people. Now I'm an expert in the field. Oh man, I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that this was recent for us, like sent to us, so we figured, hey, might as well have a chill evening and just laugh about this. Imagine this coming out during the whole cancer thing. So after this, we're going to be taking a look at a docket member that was, I guess, technically live fired on Lolcal Live, but I figured, hey, might as well just have a nice chill evening, have some laughs, you know.
My life can only serve one purpose, to end this level of harassment and the choices we all make to ignore it, that I'm glad to die today. If he so much as touches a blade of grass in my yard, I will kill him. This shit ends today, Nick.
Jesus Christ. Talking to Boogie is like trying to educate Milk. Jesus, frags. That's a new one. I have yet to hear of that. Dude, I can, you know, a lot of the time people do it in hyperbole, or like they're joking, or they're making it sound crazier, right, when they're reading it back and everything. But you know for a fact that this is literally how Boogie was typing. Diorio's over here reading it like a madman, but you know Boogie was typing it like a madman. He's like, it will go down like that. If he comes onto my yard, I'm a bust again. We've all seen Boogie go crazy on camera. We know this. That's exactly how he was typing. What's up, Jessica H? Late but here now.
Do you want to reach out and low-key see what's going on? Because you seem a little off at the moment, and I don't want you to be put in this position. No, I want him to show up so I can end this. I have an anxiety disorder. Of course I seem a little off.
Jesus Christ. I'm laughing so hard because I'm listening to it in Boogie's voice. I actually love Boogie for these things. He's just cute and harmless to me, Misanthrope. Boogie doesn't type, does text to speech. Yeah, you're not wrong, Bono. Oh my gosh. It's wild to think that Mr. Rogers had this much in him, like this much vitriol. He's just like gun-ho, no pun intended.
I'm dealing with a stalker. I'm not mentally well. This is public information. I'm reaching out to you and everyone I know, so when this plays out, you guys have my back. That's all. We can send a very clear message to people who are supporting him in this shit. It's not cool. You can't do this as your social media brand. We don't stand by harassing assholes who show up to people's towns and houses to see if we can get them to kill them.
Boogie must have forgot that era of YouTube where it was just prank after prank after prank, and then eventually it got to the point where Sam Pepper was pranking his best friend by kidnapping himself and like shooting himself or something. And so I think Boogie must have forgot that pranks used to be a big thing back in the day, especially trolling and all that. I mean, again, pranks. Dank IRL, has anyone told you look like a Spawn? To drop a like. I have no idea who that is. No, I have gotten the quartering before, but yes. FaZe Gaming, after seeing these and the Boblax leaks DMs, you gotta say Nick has the patience of a saint. Exactly. Dude, behind the scenes, have you ever, okay, we've all argued with our significant other where we knew we were not in the wrong. They were in the wrong, and they're just the great wall of text coming down, and you're like, trying to respond to the first message while they're on their seventh message, and you're just like, I just let it play out, whatever, just burn themselves out. Especially with Boblex, man, the craziness he was shouting.
Themselves. Look, I'm on your side that this is harassment and he shouldn't come to your house, but I don't think Frank needs to die.
Facts.
When this plays out, they'll try to spin it as Boogie's overreacting, as if I'm the bad guy. Don't let the man. If he shows up, he does need to, or I need to. I don't care which. I'm fine with putting a bullet in my head in front of him. I don't care.
Jesus Christ, dude. He's freaking, Frank Hassel's gonna show up and be like, yo, Boogie, what burn? Boogie's just gonna pop one off in his own noggin, bro. What? How is that? Bro, don't come to my house. If you come to my house, I'm gonna end myself. How does that work? How does that work? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh my gosh. Gonna end myself in Minecraft if he steps 1 foot on my lawn. Gran Turismo would have been a totally different movie had Clint Eastwood thought like Boogie. Oh my gosh. Red Hood, I know someone made the lookalike comparison between you and the completionist yesterday. Yes, I wanted to point that out a month or so, but didn't know if it'd be a race. If it'd be racist, so I kept it to myself. That's funny. No worries, no worries. Boogie hit himself in his confusion. Exactly, Desert Cruiser. Boogie is a fireball, bipolar, possibly. Well, it's not just that. It's like it's the same thing I was saying about Becky Boop, right? It's either bipolar or maybe some like diabetic, or just when somebody's of a bigger size and their blood pressure spikes, especially with like diabetes, it could almost mimic bipolarism because they're just up and down with high energy, low energy. So did he think it was Frank Castle, the Punisher, that was turning up a face? Yeah, he was going all Home Alone, setting traps up.
As long as this shit ends today. Living like this has been really hard on me.
He's got the conviction of Frank's from Die Hard. This ends today, Frank Castle. We going?
I don't want it to continue. All right, I'm going to be real. You're scaring me, man. It might be that this is one of our first real conversations we've ever had or something, but I hope that you can call a friend or someone who lives close to you and they can help and keep you company so you don't have to deal with the Frank stuff alone. I promise if he has cameras rolling, I'll consider shooting myself instead of him.
What? Dude. Boogie's only thinking about getting a band. What? He's like, if I see a GoPro, I'm gonna put one in myself. Get you banned. Dude, the thought process makes no sense, Boogie. Like, you still lose. Like, you don't win at that point. If you end yourself, he might get kicked off of the internet, right? He might get banned, but he's still gonna be a legend. Like that would go so viral. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. That's exactly what happens to you, Misanthrope. Your big diabetic heart issues. My mood is like a roller coaster when I get sugar starved. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just whoop whoop like that. So you never know. Poor Nick to dump all this on him. He's super young too. That's a lot to ask someone to listen to. Glampy Lampy. That's another thing too. Like people forget that a lot of these people are super young. Like we're pretty young. Ken might be pretty old, but like I know Kristen Ark is young. I know that like Nicholas Diorio's under his 30s and stuff. So yeah, this man's over here saying I'm gonna shoot Frank Castle to I'm gonna shoot myself. And he's laying this veteran YouTuber is laying all of this at the feet of Diorio. And this is 4 years ago, so this is 4 years younger Nicholas.
You might be right, as he's young and he can learn and change his life for the better. If someone has to die, I'm the better choice. I can promise that I will do it. I can't promise that I'll do it. We'll have to see. I grew up watching.
He's gonna die for what? For morals? What does that mean? If someone has to die, I'm the better choice. I mean, that arguably there, but it's like I can't promise that I will do it though. We'll have to see. Boogie, Jesus Christ, man. It is wild.
Your content, man. I'm kind of uneasy with this conversation. I have a friend here next to.
Oh, that's super unfortunate. I grew up watching your content, man. So I'm uneasy with this conversation. Damn. Talk about not meeting your idols, right? Ooh, that's got a sting.
Me, he's the one with the gun. Oh, I'm sorry for putting this on you. Figured since you're in the commentary community, you'd be used to this by now. This is what the commentary community is and what it encourages. We'll talk again after this passes, and hopefully it'll be less awful. But as part of the commentary community, just promise you won't flip the script and defend this guy when it plays out. Please.
What? What? Boogie. Figured since you're in the commentary community, you'd be used to people threatening murder and suicide. What does that have to do with being in the CC? What? God, Boogie. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, Red Hood. Boogie does kind of somewhat have a point, but it's like you're not supposed to just trauma dump on a person. Like, come on, man. That is crazy. Oh my gosh, that's I mean, the commentary community is one hell of a toxic ass place, that's for sure. But still, my God, Boogie.
Here's the deal. I backed you everywhere I could because I genuinely believe you've been unfairly targeted. I'm never defending the guy, just going to YouTubers' houses. I'm just worried about your mental state. Well, I have PTSD and I'm being harassed. You can't even imagine my mental state. Fight or flight, I'm choosing fight. I'm pretty checked out right now. It seems very surreal and distant. Classic PTSD. But sorry to worry you. When this is all over, we can have a real chat about normal shit. I promise. Thanks for caring.
What is that? What? How can it be all? What? How? Boogie, if you plan to end yourself, how are you gonna have a conversation with Diorio afterwards? Is Diorio gonna buy a Ouija board and call you up? What are you talking about, dude? Oh, is that the Red Hood slash? Yo, what up, Kristen Arcade chat? The narration is fantastic, right? Like, oh, Boogie, this man had a mental breakdown, and then when he saw that freaking Diorio wasn't turning around and like, oh man, don't do it, he just completely changed face. Oh, that's crazy. I do not know. I did not think these were gonna be this funny. Like, I know you guys saw the thumbnail with one of them in there. I was literally just skipping through it on mute, so I didn't hear any of it. And just found a good one. Yes, shout out to Chris the Narc. W's in the chat for Chris the Narc, the homie. Always awesome. Able to answer you. These DMs were never made public until recently. Oh, yes, okay. He was responding to Red Hood, or who asked that if it came out years ago. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Diorio leaked this on his last live because the first thing he said was, "I'm leaking everything." Like, that was one of the first things he said in this video. We'll go back to it once it's over. It's over here in a couple of seconds.
That would be dope. I'm hoping this doesn't go down the way you think it will. Stay safe, homie. Thanks. I hope it does. I really want to put this behind me. Truly. Couldn't bring myself to shoot him. Too much legal hassle. Pun intended. Keep that to yourself.
The reading kills me, man. He's so intense. Thanks. I hope it does. I really want to put this behind me. Truly. I couldn't bring myself to shoot him. The red hitter is the Spurg from the CC. Is that your I don't know, but I know he's definitely in Locale Live. Misanthrope, I've heard this story before. He definitely talked about it already. It's possible that he talked about it, but I don't know if the leaks, like the actual chat log, has been leaked entirely just yet. Regardless, even if it was, it's still funny. Like, this is hilarious. This is a fantastic read. I don't care. This is fantastic. I'm pretty sure we'll find out by like Tuesday if this is all recent, because Diorio will throw out, you know, a new freaking video with all of this in there.
He was unarmed.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. All right. So that was hilarious. I have to appreciate, I definitely appreciate. Shout out to shout out to Chris the Narc for that. Hold on. There was another thing that I want to get that on Twitter that I saw that was super funny. So I'm gonna bring it up here in a sec.
King's light hot, spitting flames through the ether. Kmplxity's brains like a storm, chaotic preacher. Zeph on the decks, beats hotter than pebbles. After show party, turning up the decibels.